Dear students, good evening. Welcome to Excellence IAS. Let us have the editorial analysis for today, that is November 4th, 2022. The first article, China's 20th Party Congress is over, the road ahead. This article is more analytical. You can use this in the examination to quote for +1 advantage. In India-China relations, you can trace them to the objectives China made for itself in the 20th Party Congress. If you observe carefully, by 2035, China wants to be a modernist power. By 2049, it wants to be a global leader. It means China is very ambitious in the next 25 years, and Belt and Road Initiative, connectivity projects, etc. It is looking a way forward for that. Second is, there is all-time powerful leader in the case of China. After Mao, or over and above Mao, Mr. Xi Jinping appears to be the all-time powerful chairman now. He is the chairman of China's Communist Party. Added to that, he is the chairman of Central Military Commission and president of the country too. So all these positions are being there in one single hand. Previously, the limit of 2 terms was existing. Hu Jintao, Jiang Zemin, Deng Xiaoping, these all have confined to these 2 terms. Now, Xi Jinping is taking up the power for the 3rd time. The Politburo, which has been established, Politburo Standing Committee, which has 7 members, all these are the yes-men of Mr. Xi Jinping. He has become more or less an absolute ruler of China today. And second is, the global perspective through which he is seeing China today is more security related. He observes that it is the time that China has to cross the hurdles created by its enemies. It means that China has certain enemies in the global affairs which are obstructing its growth, and China has to overcome these obstructions. And for that, a disciplined party is required. In this case, ideological coherence, internal discipline is important. And national security is stated to be the key factor. The next part of it is, any communist regime, when economy fails, obviously it crumbles. It is the story the Soviet Union tells us. Today, China's economy is slowing down. And second is, the trade restrictions and restrictions on sensitive technologies can further slow down modernization of Chinese economy. In these circumstances, the Soviet kind of failure shall be taken care of. And China is also much aware of these particular things. That's where the modernization and revitalization of Chinese Communist Party to avoid the Soviet-style collapse has been spoken again and again. So, on one side, security is given priority. On the other side, they are talking about making the China superpower by 2049. If you see carefully, along with supreme leader, one single supreme leader, then whenever the local issues come up to divert the people from the local issues, Taiwan issue or border skirmishes or border problems with India and Japan are expected to increase with China. So India has to be more and more cautious, has to build its military capabilities again across the China border. That's what we need to focus upon. Vanuatu's big plea does little to arrest climate change. This Vanuatu is a small island nation in Pacific Ocean. The president of that country said, UN General Assembly shall adopt non-proliferation treaty to phase out the fossil fuels, to do away with the fossil fuels. In this case, COP26, if you observe, India has clearly stated that phasing out of coal is not possible for India in the near vicinity because the sustainable goals of India, if it has to be achieved, coal is an important dependency for it. In these circumstances, the phasing out is being changed to phasing down of coal because of India's insistence. And second thing is, UNGA route to take away the fossil fuels is also not right. Any effort, because the climate change talk has to be a concern for everyone, or problem of climate change belongs to everyone. In these circumstances, all the countries shall make a decision on consensus based rather than going by majority route in UN General Assembly. And third important thing is, if you compare the developed and developing countries, the carbon footprint of a person in a developed world is 60 times higher than a citizen of India. It clearly shows that the responsibility need to be fixed on the developed countries. So in these circumstances, Prime Minister Modi proposed for Life for Environment. changing lifestyles to ensure less carbon footprint is also critical to be examined. Developed countries also have to take responsibility for technology transfer, finances, climate resilient infrastructure, etc. These all are necessary. In these circumstances, I want to put one single point to you. They are able to produce or mobilize trillions of dollars for COVID-19, but $100 billion have to be committed towards Global Climate Fund. Till now, the countries did not contribute towards it. That shows the lack of seriousness of the countries, which has to be considered now. The right and versa. So, Benjamin Netanyahu is about to become the Prime Minister of Israel. If you observe from 2019 to 2022, total 5 times the elections have happened in Israel. The major reason for these elections is lack of stability. Why there is no stability? Because they follow proportional representation system. Every party gets certain minimum number of seats and coalition governments are a norm over there. That's why instability is becoming the order of the day. The second most important point over here is the sensitivities of Mr. Netanyahu towards Palestine are very less. So, formation of separate Palestinian state or Palestinian Arabs, anywhere the sensitivities are very poor. So, obviously, this is going to deepen the problem in the West Asia rather than solving it. Next, heavy-handed hurry. You know that the criminal defamation suit was filed by BJP IT cell head Mr. Amit Malavia on the wire, editors and journalists. Why did a small mistake of publishing something based on the wrong information they have received? Taking this, they has filed a criminal defamation suit. In these circumstances, criminal defamation, in India, defamation is a criminal offense even today. In many of the developed countries, it is a civil offense. And making it a criminal offense is affecting the freedom of speech. So that's why Hindu demands that the criminal charges have to be dropped in defamation suits. It has to be made as a civil penalty. That is the essence of this article. Finally, a gold mushroom combo to ease drug delivery. So whenever we take a drug, 70 to 80% of the drug is actually wasted. In this context, exactly delivering the drug to the place of need or place of injury or place of action is very critical. These are called drug delivery systems. And this is also called precision delivery. We call this as precision delivery. In this case, Cardi gold nanoparticles are been brought in. So here, a fungus, Cordyceps militaris, parasitic fungus, it is been attached with gold nanoparticles. Through that parasite, it will be delivered to the destined location. So drug wastage, side effects can be minimized through this. This is a modern drug delivery system developed by Indian scientists. That's what we need to remember over here. So biosynthesized nano gold particles are an important usage today for therapeutic use. These are the articles for today. Thank you very much. Have a great day.